As most of you know, Black Friday just came and went, and there's no better time to get some tools for a good deal. So let me show you this doorbuster deal that Home Depot had and see if it was worth waking up at 5 in the morning for it. So let's get started. So here it is. We got our hands on this Milwaukee M12 drill and impact driver doorbuster, which they had on sale for $150 plus tax. And a little side note here, if you had a 10% off coupon from Home Depot or a $15 off coupon from Home Depot, because I like to send those out as well, you could use that coupon on these as well, which I did. So technically I got these for $135 plus tax. Now on a little side note here, I got to the store actually at 6:30 a.m. because I decided to go to Lowe's first. And you'd be surprised that there was actually about 6 or 7 boxes of these left in the store. So I ended up purchasing 2 of them, one for myself and one for my father. And by the time I was about to check out of the store, which was about 20 minutes later, they were completely gone. I don't think you're able to purchase this deal online, but that's the point of a doorbuster. So you got to get up early and get to the store if you want to get a good deal. However, the question is, was this deal worth it to go pick up a brushless M12 drill and a brushless M12 impact driver? So let's dig into this a little more. The kit itself came with everything you see on this table. It came with a bag, a drill, an impact driver, a standard M12 charger, and 2 6.0 M12 batteries. If you currently look online at Home Depot's website, this kit does come up on their website. However, it says that it's all out of stock, as obviously this was a doorbuster specifically made for Black Friday from what I understand. You also may be wondering, why would I wake up early and go to the store for this doorbuster when I could purchase the M12 fuel version of these drills and impact drivers that comes with the charger and batteries? Well, the key component of this deal, which I don't think a lot of people realize, hence why it sat on the shelf for a little bit, is it came with 2 6 amp hour batteries, which if you go on Home Depot's website, they're normally $150 per battery. They are on sale right now for $150 for 2 of them, but that's exactly how much this kit costs, which you got a brushless drill, impact driver, and charger out of, and a case if you care much about that. So enough blabbering about these tools. Let's check out some of their features and put them to the test. Starting off with both these tools, the key feature and why a lot of people like these, it is the smallest size drill and impact driver that Milwaukee makes. And I say that because if you compare them to my old M12 setup with the brush motors, look at the size difference. If I put this drill behind the other drill and this impact behind this impact, you can barely even see them on the camera. Lengthwise, they're roughly about 1/3 shorter than their predecessors, and they're also a lot lighter. If you pick them up, you can definitely tell a difference between the two. And that's why a lot of people, especially professionals, like these drills and impact drivers, even though they're not a fuel series drill or impact. Looking at the impact real quick, it comes with the standard clip to put on this side or on the other side, depending on if you're a righty or a lefty. It's got a singular light on the bottom of the drill on the front side. And it's also got your battery indication light on the top. It's got your standard 1/4 inch shank to accept your standard drill bit attachments. Again, both the impact and the drill are brushless, so it's like their fuel series, however, a little less power than their fuel series, but they are a lot smaller. Looking at the drill, it has similar features to the impact driver. Again, battery indicators on the top. It also has your variable mode switch on the top to select from a high speed down to a low speed. And it also has your drill mode with your different torque settings if you're putting a screw into wood or something. And it also comes standard with the light on the front. This one also has the clip on the side that you can move to the other side if need be. One thing I want to point out with this compared to their fuel series is that this does not have a hammer drill feature, which from my understanding, all the fuel series of this M12 drill has that option. That's enough talking. Let's put these drills to the test and compare them with Milwaukee's Brush Series M12 drills. And real quick, if you're wondering a price comparison, you can get a kit with both the drill and the impact with 2 1.5 amp hour batteries and a charger for $100 right now online. And again, I got this for $150 with 2 6 amp hour batteries and a charger. Now let's finally run some tests and see if this brushless one outperforms the brushed one. And for an even fight, we got the same battery in both drills, which is that 6 amp hour battery, with our Milwaukee Shockwave accessories attached to the tips. So for the first test, we're using 3-inch long wood nails, so let's send it. That's kind of surprising right there. They basically tied. Let's try it one more time. Let's try it again. And yet again, it seems like this one actually surpassed just by a hair this impact. As you can see, you got these 2 screws sticking out of here, and these are still in there. Let's try one more time. Ready? Let's do it. Again, the brushed one surpassed this brushless one. That's enough with the wood screws. Now let's try out these structural screws. All right, let's do it. Let's go. We finally got it, and by far this brushless motor kicks some butt versus this brushed motor. Let's try it one more time and move on to the drill. Well, I keep having wood splitting, which I understand why, but again, the brushless one definitely kicks some butt. And real quick, just to show you, batteries are both at full bar still. So for the first test with these drills, we're gonna just sink those 3-inch wood screws and see how they perform. Both are gonna be on the high speed and on drill mode. This brushless drill had a little bit of an edge versus the brushed one. One thing I do want to point out, which I'll show you right here, that's as far as this brushed one will put this screw into the wood. I keep going, that's all it's got in it. Excuse me, the brushless one. If I take this brushed one, put in the same screw and pull the trigger, it actually puts it down in the hole a little more. Like if I just keep torquing it like I am, it's actually down there almost a 1/4 inch now. Where this one, if I try that, nothing. Try it again, moving it just a hair. Show you over here with this one. Again, it's minuscule differences with these drills. Are you gonna be using a drill to sink your 3-inch long screws? You could be. I usually use an impact driver, but it's your choice. The one thing I'm finding out, which I heard about but didn't know how true it was this is a 1/4 inch shank size where this one's a 3/8. Trying to put a 3/8 size in there, it's not fitting. If I put a 3/8 size in here, it'll take it. So that's one thing to make note of if you're gonna need to use something a little bigger in a smaller drill. So to test the drilling feature out, I got these 1/4 inch drill bits we're gonna put in. And we'll just see how they go head to head. So we're gonna run these down until the chuck hits the wood. And there you go. Did I notice a big difference between either one? No, I did not. But these are also smaller drill bits with some inconsistencies in the wood, obviously. So that's why sometimes the brushless one and sometimes the brushed one. Now that the drill's testing done, let's move on to the final verdict. So we ran a handful of tests with both the impact driver and the drill, and here are my final thoughts. Starting off with the negatives of the new brushless drills, the first and biggest one for me is that the chuck size of the drill is a 1/4 inch instead of a 3/8 inch. That may not be that big of a deal for some people, but for someone like me, where a lot of my stuff is 3/8 in size, it's really gonna limit what I can use this drill for. Now that doesn't mean I don't like it because of it, but that is a big downfall. Now personally, that's the only downfall and negative I see with these brushless impact and drill. Now when it comes to the positives of this brushless M12 system, first and foremost, the compact size, especially for the impact. If you look at them side by side, it's easily a third smaller, which can make it really nice in tighter situations where you just can't get a bigger drill into. And same goes for the drill. Now I wouldn't say it's almost a third smaller, but if you're looking at it, literally you could cut the chuck off the older drill and it would be the same size of the new drill. Also a positive is that these have brushless motors built in, so you're supposedly gonna get a whole lot more use and time of using this brushless system versus the brush system. Now, the question we've had to answer from the beginning, was it worth spending the extra money and waking up early on Black Friday to go purchase this brushless M12 setup or just keep my old brushed impact and drill? And the answer is yes. Now I say yes only for one reason, and that reason is because I got this whole setup right here for $135 plus tax. And remember, it was initially $150, but I used my coupon and got $15 off, which brought it down to $135. And $135 for an impact, a drill, 2 batteries and a charger, you can't beat that, especially when it comes to Milwaukee. Now, if it wasn't Black Friday and I just needed a new impact or a new drill of the M12 version, honestly, I'd probably go ahead and buy a fuel because the truck's bigger and the side-by-side comparisons from what I've seen compared to old brushed series or even the brushless ones, it kicks their butt every time. With that said, leave in the comments down below what you would have done. Would you have woken up a few hours early just so you can save a couple bucks? Or would you have just kept what you had or just went ahead and bought the fuel version? Let me know down below because I'm sure everyone's gonna have a different opinion. With that said, thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you're not already following along. And let me know also what you thought of this whole process and video. I haven't made a video exactly like this in a little while. I tend to just do DIY inspired projects, but I think I'm gonna start trickling into reviewing tools here and there since I do enjoy tools and learning about them and getting the best tool possible for the best deal. Oh, and if you guys are wondering why I went to Lowe's first, it's because they had that Black Friday bucket deal. No, I did not get the free bucket. I only got there 10 minutes beforehand and there was already 100 people in line. So if they do it next year, I'm gonna get in line a whole lot earlier. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I'll catch you in the next video.